Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to Belly Dance Tutorials. In today's class I'm gonna go over the Grapevine traveling step. In this short class I'm gonna present the Grapevine traveling step, which is a very versatile step. It allows you to cover a large area of the stage, and it works with many Arabic rhythms. You can use it on Beledi, Maksum, Prolisaidi, as opposed to, for instance, Chassé, which is a little bit more limited to Malfouf and Felahi and Proli Ayub. But the Grapevine step is a very versatile one, as I said, and is the basis of many other similar steps. Is the same footwork, probably. So yeah, let me show it to you first. So the very basic one, I like to do it in releve, but it will work on flat feet as well. Looks like this. All right. And we will break it down. But before that, I wanted to, I hope that you notice my new background. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, I really love this new one. Actually, my husband is in charge. My husband is in charge with the stage arrangements, with the big backgrounds, with videotaping and editing, all of that, and he's very talented and he does an awesome job. I hope you really appreciate that. I do, for sure. All right, now a few things about the traveling steps that I'm doing in this series. Also check out the others, I will add more. In this mini series, I'm focusing on the footwork in particular. So I'm not adding so much hips or upper body or arms or other body parts in the movement, because I really want to focus on the footwork associated with these traveling steps before we move on. So I would like you to practice the traveling steps every week if you watch this regularly, or give it a few days before you move on and just practice the footwork before adding anything else. Things will become more complicated, more complex, and harder to follow when you add hips and upper body and arms and all that. And we have to put some of these movements on automatic execution, so we don't have to focus on that. But before that, you really have to create this muscle memory and the brain-muscle connection, so we can put the footwork and traveling movement on automatic execution. So that's why I'm going to focus on one step at a time in these videos to give you time to practice before we move on. I'll present some of the variations, but these are not all. There are way more than what I present here. But later on, I plan to do some combinations where we can use these traveling steps along with other body parts movements and make it more complex. So it will make more sense why we are learning these steps, and it will be more fun, of course. All right, so let's move on to the Grapevine. So the basic step, the foundation, is when you step behind, step side, step front, step side. Other side, I'm gonna start with this leg. Step behind, side, front, and side. Now from the back, and I will make it more continuous. So I'm gonna step with the left, traveling to the right. So we're gonna go behind, side, front, side, behind, side, front, side. Continuing on the other side, I'm gonna step with the right, behind, side, front, side, behind, side, front, side. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so now a few things here. You can do the steps on flat feet. It works. That's fine. Yeah. You can do one flat, one on the ball of the foot. So we can do tuck, 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 tuck. Usually the leg that goes behind is on the ball of the foot. Or you can do both in releve up on the ball of the feet. And this will give you a little bit more speed. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna go this way, so I'm gonna start with the left leg, my left leg. So, tuck, 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 tuck. Behind, side, front, side, behind, side, front, side. When you do the movement in releve, as I said, it gives you more speed. So you can do this faster than on flat feet. So let's try this a few times. So we're gonna go tuck, 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 tuck. Other way. Tuck, 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 tuck. And you can add a little bit of the hip twisting. So you can style this in various ways. You can have your hips square to front and make this more of a leg movement, or you can add a little bit of the hip twist and you add a little bit more dimension. Now the feet are together and they are really close. You have tension in the inner thighs as usually. We don't want to open the legs too much. So even if we step side, it's not gonna be here or anything weird. It's gonna be elegant and tight, and then this will cross in the back. So make sure that you have this tension here, so you don't open the legs for too long or too sideways. Now with the arms, we can just keep the arms out here and do just a little bit of torso, so upper body or shoulders back and forth. So we add a little bit of the upper body twisting back and forth, a little bit of arms. So you could do a little arm movements here. You are basically bending and extending the arms from the elbow. And other way. Yeah. Or you can have the arms going down and open, down and open, down and open. Tuck, 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 tuck. Other way. Tuck, 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 tuck. This is more advanced. So you can do more with the arms, but as I said, I'm not gonna spend too much time on arms or upper body. I just want to spend time on the footwork. Now, another way of starting this movement is to actually start with the working leg in front. You don't have to start with the working leg behind like I did every time. You can actually start it with the leg to front first. So it looks like this: front, side, back, side, front, side. Front, side, back, side, front, side. Yeah. So it depends on where you are in the choreography at that point, where your weight is, how you want to present it, and so on. So yeah, it's another option. Doesn't have to be with the weight with the leg behind. It can start with the leg to front. Yeah, one more time. I'm going this way. Tuck, 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 tuck. All right. In my opinion, if you start with the leg behind, it looks like the movement is more defined. It's more I don't know, clean and clear, so people know that you're doing a grapevine. When it starts in the front, it's usually the beginning of a variation of the grapevine. These are not really hard rules. Yeah, it's basically based on my observation and my experience. So let's try a variation of the grapevine, and we're gonna start to front, and it's only 3 steps or 4. So they go like this with a little hip lift. So it's a variation of the grapevine. Now, with this movement, you can create a traveling pattern going around, diagonal, so it doesn't have to be side to side every time, because it's really visible and well defined. You can definitely go in a circular pattern, in a diagonal pattern. So any direction is pretty visible. Now let's try all these movements on music. All right, I'm gonna come up in releve, going this way, starting with the back leg. So, up, up. Other way. I'm gonna turn my back so you can follow along on the same leg. All right, let's try it with the leg in front instead of the back. And let's try on flat feet. Front, front. Let's try the arms, doing an arm circle from down to horizontal level, more or less. And all right, dancers, I hope you will practice the grapevine movement. Add the arms, just simple arm movements here, or just keep them out here. After you are very comfortable with the footwork, try to add a little hip twist or upper body twist or arms. I wanted to say here that for the traveling steps to look good, you have to look like you're light on feet. I hope you know this expression, to be light on feet, which means to be fast and to have this easiness and gliding quality to the steps. So it's not a lot of bouncing, and you're not heavy on heels, even if you do flat feet. It's almost like you are on the toes or the ball of the foot all the time, even if you are flat. Most of the weight is on the balls, or just try practicing it in releve and try to make it fast and easy. To practice that, it's actually a good idea to practice rope jumping or rope skipping, and practice the rope jumping on the balls, because this will help you gain coordination, stability, and strength in the legs, especially the lower part. I think this is more important in keeping the balance and being up in releve, feeling comfortable doing that. So just think of that. Add, more strength to your legs and upper body, and build that up in time so you look light on feet. And this will give you speed and help you with the balance too. All right, I hope I'll see you next time with the next traveling step. Until then, thank you for watching my video. If you have any comments or suggestions, write them down in the comments box area. I'll try to address them. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my Instagram account, Aisha_dancer. And I hope to see you next time. Shimmy, shimmy.